How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. A little bit of mystery beer time. The mystery beer is my favorite kind. Most of the time. Hopefully, it's good. I don't know. Sometimes they suck. That's the best part about the mystery beers. You don't know. This is the last, not the last forever, but the last of the Chris batches of mystery beers. He set me up with three, count them, sets of mystery beers, probably pushing close to like 50, 60 beers. So that's pretty freaking amazing. I've been dropping doubles of these every Monday, so thanks to him for kind of keeping this going. I've had a couple people kind of send me off some mystery beers since then, so everybody that sends me mystery beers, thank you very much. But more importantly, Chris, as of right now, pretty awesome. This is the last one. Kind of excited to get into it because this one's been a tour de force, this last box. All over the place, not sure what's going to happen. Let's dive into it. White paper. No idea what's going on. Little cap here. Nice little hiss on her. And give her a pour and see what she's got. Okay. Bright golden color. She pours right now. You're looking at something that could be a Pilsner, a Hef. You know what I mean? A Belgian Golden even. Looks like there's a bit of carbonation there. Decent amount of carbonation. No, just kind of a big head on it. Nice kind of soft, glowing kind of carbonation. A bit of yellow particulate floating around in there. About a finger and a half, kind of khaki-colored head, and just a soft golden glow to her. But a bunch of little microscopic. You probably can't even see it. You probably can. That's what's kind of producing the haze for you of a little bit of particulate floating around there. So she looks very much a part of a Saison or like a Belgian Golden or something like that. Let's see what the nose has. Yeah. I don't know. I would go Belgian. Belgian Golden at this point. It's getting me a little bit of kind of fruity, appley, kind of estery goodness. There's a little bit of kind of sweet, kind of almost like honey vibes coming off of it. But the reason why I say kind of a Belgian Golden kind of ale is just because of its bright maltiness combined with that kind of you know, that apple fruited brighter kind of phenolic. That's not a Saison. It's not coming off Saison, even though I could see it kind of going that way. It's definitely to me on the nose more of like a Belgian Golden kind of ale. Nothing too crazy, nothing too big, lower ABV. Yeah, pretty nice. Smells refreshing. Smells like summer. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, I could see this being either, honestly, a Saison Belgian Golden at this point. Stick with my Belgian Golden Ale kind of vibes on it. I would even go kind of triple on it, because I do think it has a couple more ABVs than I originally thought. But I don't think it's that big. Rich, malty sweetness with a little bit of kind of like, it's not like I said in the nose, there's a bit of honey vibes, there's a bit of apple vibes. Now it's like a golden delicious kind of apple thing going on, but not in like it's weird. It's like it's the ester kind of yeastiness kind of coming off of it, as opposed to that kind of just sometimes you can get that one like a little bit funky beer wise. It's more of just like a kind of a yeast based thing, as opposed to a kind of a negative beer thing when I talk about the apple thing. So we're like, you can get a little bit of that green apple negativeness in there. It's not necessarily like a green apple. It's more of like the golden delicious kind of apple. A little bit of soft pepperiness, so that's kind of tickling my kind of Saison funny bone. But I'm still gonna stick with a Belgian Golden kind of vibe here. It reminds me of like your Lucifer. You know, your Head Anchor Lucifer, those kind of beers of the world. Or what's the other one? It reminds me of a bit. AleSmith makes their one. I forget what it's called. Nah. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. It kind of just reminds me of that, but it also comes off a little bit lower in ABV, so I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of dips in just a regular table beer kind of thing, or even kind of pops off into the Saison world. But I'm just going to stick with my guns. See, it's a kind of a Belgian-based Golden. American born. Let's put it that way. That's all I got. Sweet malts, nice kind of apple vibe, kind of texture and taste and smell off of that yeast. Super drinkable, super chuggable, right around 7%. Done. Kind of reminds me of a little Weyerbacher. They're Merry Monks, but it's not. That's a much higher ABV beer. That's what I mean. I'm getting those kind of higher triple kind of vibes off it, but not in the ABV sense. So I actually get this tape off here. Maybe if I wasn't like a mongoloid trying to rip that. Somebody called me like a mongoloid or something, ripping stuff off. It kind of makes sense though. Let's see where I am right now. Oh, okay. I'm okay with this. And this is a Gumball Head by Three Floyds. It's what do they classify this as? They classify it as blah 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 blah. It's not normal Gumball Head wheat beer. I get the wheat thing as far as a texture. Now, as far as taste, it says red wheat and our proprietary blend of hops give this American wheat beer a lemony finish. I was going more the kind of golden delicious apple, slight haze in bottle yeast added in bottle conditioning. See, this is more kind of being more yeast driven thing. I think if you actually go watch a review, I believe I reviewed this. I know I reviewed it. I don't know if I posted it, but I believe if you go and watch this, I might say the same thing I said in a blind review. I mean, maybe not exactly on the nose, but I think I was pretty close because this tasted exactly what I remember it tasting like. I don't think I'd ever call this a wheat beer, especially when I had it. It's more kind of in that kind of Belgian table beer kind of vibe. Now with that wheat in there and the yeast in there, I can get the idea of it kind of getting a little saison like, but it just came off more like Belgian table beer to me than anything else. So I'm totally okay with what I said about it because once I actually revealed it, I knew what it was, but I remember it tasting more like what I said it was as opposed to what the actual bottle says. But yeah, super chuggable, super tasty. I forgot this taste is good, though. That's the one thing I think would be different if I actually go back and watch that review, whether I post it or not, is I don't remember tasting this tasty. And this is super chuggable, super delicious. This would be my fucking beer if I could find this on the corner in a 6-pack format in a chuggable kind of thing. I'm looking for ABVs here. Do not see it. I'm probably gonna miss it, and then people yell at me, go, "Oh, wow, it's right here in the bottle," or whatever. But I mean, this is definitely lower in ABV. I know it's not high, but anyway, it was bottled 1/25/2018, and this is the 24th, 25th, 26th of January, March, April. So you do the math on that one. But yeah, tasty beer, delicious. I like it. I'm cool with what I said about it. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better American-born wheat beers. It doesn't come off that way for me, but sure, American wheats, I don't get blown away by them much, if at all, but this one kind of does it for me. So yeah, pretty tasty stuff. Value and availability, it's, you know, Three Floyds, it's Gumball Head, it's relatively cheap. I mean, secondary market, you probably make, I don't know, I was going to say you pay a little bit more for it. It's not a coveted beer anymore in the secondary market, but if you do get it secondary, a lot of people tend to jack it up quite a bit and leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you want an Americanized version of what a Belgian table beer would be, that's kind of where this one lands. So if you like Belgian table beers, or you like wheat beers, but you wish they were a little bit more, for the lack of a better term, Americanized, this is your boy. So there you go. Another review in the books. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers, type that into Google. Find me doing social media stuff. Beer Massive, type that into the Google. See me doing this podcasting stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Mystery review, mind you. Hopefully you enjoyed this little jammer right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.